Okay, so today I'm teaching the boys how to wash dishes and how to load a dishwasher. First, let me show you the dishwasher. So kind of pan down here. This is our dishwasher, and most are like this. So the bottom is made for glassware, pots, pans, things that are taller, okay? The things that you do not put in the bottom of a dishwasher are plastics, anything plastic, because it will melt. It gets too hot down there. So if you have a plastic piece and you have no space up here, you have to take something from here and put it down there and put your plastic in here. Now, large utensils, I usually just lay in here instead of putting them here, because it'll get in the way of this turn thing that blows the water up, okay? So you've got to watch for that and be mindful of where the water is shooting up. I have bowls in here, and these bowls that are ready to be washed, you can't just stack them like this. You have to spread them out a little bit and be mindful of the water when it comes through, okay? And then your taller plates or taller items like plates will go down here. Now the thing about a dishwasher is you want it to be as packed efficiently as possible, but also good. I mean, you want it to do its job, so you don't want to overpack. This is a dish we had with dinner, and you can lay them in orderly. The water will get up through here because here's the turn down here. See there? All right, now, for hand washing, you're going to, come on over here. I usually have, and what I think is a nice thing to do is either you fill up your sink with a stopper, or I just have a bucket that I've used. And I keep soapy water in it all day long. And I just let it soak all day. And I'll put it in the dishwasher as I go. And that way I don't ever have an overwhelming amount of dishes. Now, I like to use a rag. I did use a sponge, and that's fine, but it harbors a lot of bacteria. So I just use a rag every day, and then I wash it at night. I just throw it in the washing machine, and it just goes with the rest of the load of whatever clothes I'm washing that day. Okay, I have all of my dish detergent here. You can use any, and I mix it with water, and so I just put a little bit on my rag, just a little. You don't need a ton. And then you take your, especially like your hand pieces. This is kind of bigger, so I'm gonna probably hand wash this, okay? Now you take it and you rinse it off a little, and then you start scrubbing it in. You start scrubbing. Hold it and scrub all around. Now, if you have things that you cannot get to and that are too hard to scrub off, like if you have something burnt on a pan or something like that, down here below my sink and below most sinks, people put what are called SOS pads or steel wool pads, and these are great. You just have to be careful that you don't use them on some of your better items because you'll ruin things. So be very careful, but it does take off those harder to get areas. Okay, and then you rinse it off really good. I have a spot that I use for my bigger items, and I put it over here in this sink. And then I just either let them dry, air dry, or I dry them with a towel. Okay, now this, I don't have to do anything but stick that here. It's not too big, so I'm gonna put it in the regular utensil holder. I'm gonna scrub this one a little bit because it's got some yucky stuff on it. And we're gonna scrub it just a little and stick it in here, okay? Scrub it a little, put it in. All right, here's another, and also be very careful that you do not put knives in your soapy water, because when you're going down there grabbing, you could very, very easily cut your hand. So do not put knives in. Always set your knives on the side. Even, you know, maybe sharp butter knives. Put them on the side. It's not worth it for you to get cut, okay? All right, and down here I just have some other forks and things like that. So now this, see that? Okay, that's called a mess that needs to be soaked. We had air fried chicken, and I'm just gonna soak that probably for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. Now, here's a big pan, a big pot. And so I'm going to put that over here when I get done with it. I'm getting my rag, rinse it off kind of good, get my soapy detergent, and get ready to go. So I'm going to grab it. I mean, you cannot be afraid to get dirty. You've got to do your job, and you have to clean it. You don't want any food left on it. Okay, hold it, rub back and forth, scrub, 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 because this is not going to go in the dishwasher. It is dishwasher safe, but I don't like to clog my dishwasher with all kinds of big old stuff. Okay, so now we've got to rinse it. So you take hot water. You cannot rinse with cold water. That's not going to do. You have to rinse with hot water. Okay, you curl it all around. You make sure there's no soap left, no food left, no grease left. If you don't use hot water, it won't cut the grease. So you've got to use hot water. Now, here's my knife. This happens to be dishwasher safe, so I'm going to throw it in the dishwasher. Now, one thing I want to teach you also, when you are washing dishes in a kitchen, your dishes are not done until your sink is empty, clean, and your counters are cleaned off. That finishes your dishes. Okay, so I have, and I'm going to show you what to do. Okay, this is kind of goopy, yucky water, right? I'm going to set it to the side for just a minute. Look at this sink. It's a mess, okay? We do not have a garbage disposal. So, if you have a garbage disposal, that is beautiful. But we do not. We live out in the country a little bit. So you're going to wash this, which is what I set my pan on. We wash food that has gone down, or that was on the dishes. We happen to have a lot this time, because I made a little mess. So we have a little thing that catches all the food. You do this, put it in here, go back and you get the rest. And I know this seems simple, but you have got to remember to clean your sink. But because you have to imagine all the bacteria that is in that sink. Okay, chicken, I mean, who knows what else? And so I will tell you at the end of each day, I usually bleach, put some sort of, cleaner or bleach on the bottom of it and just wipe it off, because I'm really careful of bacteria here. And so you would just put this back. We're going to put this back. We'll go ahead and fill it back up. I'm going to wipe this off. And you wipe off all the counter. We're going to be refilling the coffee here in a minute, but I'll do that without you. But you're wiping off all the counter. And if you pan over there, you'll see how dirty that counter is. See there? That all has to be wiped off. So when dishes are done, you're not done till your counters are done. Okay. I know that's a lot, and I know I probably sounded mean. But I love you, and I think that you need to know how to wash dishes well. And you have to do it for safety's sake. You have to make sure that your dishes are clean, and you want a clean home. And And so I know you can do it. And now it's your turn. Okay, thank you.